Did you know that Red Cross is one of the non-government organizations in the Philippines? But before that, we first talk about different non-government organizations in the Philippines, and let's discuss what is non-government organization, nation-state, and what great help can NGOs do for a given nation-state.
In the 1945 United Nations Charter Article 71, non-governmental organizations were first referred to as such. While NGOs do not have set or official definition, they are typically thought of a non-profit organization that are free from governmental control. Although they may receive funding from the government, as the above definition makes clear, there is little distinction between NGOs and non-profit organizations. NPOs. However, non-profit organizations located in the United States are not frequently referred to as NGOs, although some nations classify their own civil society. Frequently referred to as NGOs, although some nations classify their own civil society. Organization as NGOs generally, the term NGO refers to organization operating on an international scale. Activities include but are not limited to environmental, social, advocacy, and human rights work. Non-governmental groups are often non-profit private organizations that function independently of the government, while some NGOs are primarily supported by volunteers, others of paid personnel. Yun lang. Thank you.
So how are NGOs funded? NGOs receive financing from a range of sources such as 1. Membership dues, 2. Private contributions from individuals, enterprises operating in private sectors, and charitable organizations. 3. Selling products and services. 4. Grants, and 5. Fundings from international institutions and governments. Some NGOs make decisions based on government financing despite being independent from it. Budgets from large NGOs may range from millions to billions of dollars and pesos. But what are the organizations that are non-government? According to my research, one of the most known non-organization is the Philippine Red Cross. The PRC provides 6 major services: blood services, disaster management services, safety services, community health and nursing services, social services, and the volunteer services. Second to it is the Ibon Foundation. Ibon Foundation is the research, education, information, and advocacy group dedicated to helping underserved communities by producing, gathering, and disseminating socioeconomic data and analysis both domestically and internationally. They aim to support people's empowerment. Third one is Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism. It is a non-profit, independent media outlet that focuses on reporting on the political, social, and other matters affecting Filipinos. Fourth one is Haribon Foundation. They protect life and the environment, committed to protecting the environment via scientific innovation and community empowerment. And the fifth and the last is the Philippine Animal Welfare Society. It's a volunteer-run group dedicated to preventing animal abuse through activism, education, and sheltering.
What exactly is a nation-state? The nation-state are actually 3 distinct concepts when we discuss the nation-state. Confused? You're not alone, so don't be alarmed in the nation-state. People who share a common identity reside within a nation with distinct borders and a single government. Take a deep breath and unwind. It was so horrible, was it? What does it all imply? Thought. The nation-state have significant impact on how we live. It's how we define who we are. I'm from America. I'm a Filipino. I'm a Korean. Alright, that last one is real. It is all to determine the rules we adhere to, the language we use, and the holidays we observe. The 5th of May, Christmas Day, July 4th, one of the most significant aspects of your existence that you don't think about the nation-state, which is a system of political, geographic, and cultural organization. The nation-state is kept together by its geographical borders, its governing body, and the beliefs that its always citizens have in their own interconnectedness. Before the nation-state, other than the nation-state, several types of states have existed through history. For instance, the independent body of the government was centered on a city in 5th century Italy. They were referred to as a city-state, had its roots in the city, but they had authority that stretched beyond its borders and was flexible in response to the presence of other forces, resources, etc. In contrast, the nation-state has defined borders at which its authority terminates. The laws of the United States are not enforceable in Canada. Originally, kingdoms and empires reigned over a variety of extremely dissimilar people who did not perceive themselves as one or as having any kind of identity in the common nation. Did not emerge everywhere in every world at the same time or in the same manner as kingdom, empires, and city-state. The history of the nation-state is a topic of much discussion. In his book, Imagine Communities, the historian Benedict Anderson argued that print media such as newspapers were instrumental in the emergence of nation-state because they allowed people to communicate with one another in novel ways as a result of the rise in literacy and the invention of printed press between 1500 and 1600. Through the press, they exchanged ideas and explored their commonalities, which required them to speak the same language. They started constructing the early forms of nation identities. Anderson's position continues to be one of the historian hold, but not that true. The early nation states, however, we coincided with new mapping techniques from the age of exploration and discovery in the 15th. When European traders started traveling around the globe, for the first time, according to the other academics, better maps and transportation technologies have altered how people, especially rulers, perceive borders and limits.
Then we go back to the question, what great help can non-government organizations do for a given nation-state? I say that non-governmental organizations or NGOs play a significant role in the development of several nation-states. But this isn't constant. Governments are quite wary of NGOs in a lot of nations because they are weak or tend to play more of an oppositional than an operational role.